Hey, what's up, YouTube? Brett and Bordy here. Today, we are going to talk about all of the recent information about Ashes of Creation's alpha map. And there are some pretty cool things that they talked about during the recent development update, Bordy. So let's hop right in here, man. So the alpha map will have 12 zones to start with. So, Bordy, we know about Ashes of Creation and how nodes work. And how the whole game is based around, you know, node development and everything like that. So 12 zones, Bordy, which I would assume would you know, be a pretty hefty chunk of land there.
Yeah, that seems like a lot, especially for alpha, right? That seems like a very large amount of zones, man, just for testing purposes to release right out of the gate.
Yeah, so and they did give us specifics here, and we'll try to give you guys some good comparisons to other video games that you probably played to kind of give you guys an idea of how big exactly this map is going to be. So basically, the total square mileage or is 38 square miles. So that translates out to about 100 square kilometers. And they mentioned that it will be 10 kilometers across, and it will take 30 minutes of mounted travel to traverse, Bordy. So, dude, pretty massive map when you're thinking about, you know, an alpha type experience.
Yeah, I think so, man. I don't know of many alphas that release with that type of a map. That seems to be very large, so it gets me very excited to see what the final map's going to look like, you know?
Yes, and they did mention more about that, but first we'll give you guys a little bit of comparison. So this is 100 or 38 because most of our viewers, I think, well, I mean, we've got a lot of EU people out there, Bordy, so we'll try to share both when I collected both. So Skyrim, the map in Skyrim is 37 square kilometers. And 14 square miles, so about half the size of this alpha map. So Bordy, dude, again, this is just an alpha experience, and we're already getting a map twice the size as Skyrim.
Yeah, exactly, man. And we know that that's a single player game, but everybody knows Skyrim. Most everybody's played Skyrim, especially if you're into this type of game. Even if it's not an MMORPG, it's a pretty good comparison, I think, because the Skyrim map where you're walking around, it feels rather large. It feels robust. It feels, you know, pretty big. So to have something more than twice the size in alpha is pretty crazy, man. That's gonna be a pretty large area to test.
All right. So and real quick here. They mentioned in the video that this map is roughly a fourth to a fifth of the size of the actual map. So when you start doing math, which is everybody's favorite subject, you get a roughly about 160 square miles of map size. So the original, and it could even be if it is just a fifth of the size, Bordy, it could be up there around the 180 to 190 square miles size-wise, and that compares. So WoW Classic, when it launched, and I guess relaunched because it has recently, had 80 square miles of total size, and that includes the water space on the map. So I think one of the articles I saw was about 60 square miles of actual land mass. So Bordy, when Ashes launches, their plans are to have a size of, you know, close to, I mean, really close to double the size of WoW Classic.
Yeah, which is pretty awesome, man. And I think given the given the way that this game works, I think that having a large map like that is going to be great. Now, we all know a large map needs a large population, so let's hope that there's going to be a ton of people playing the game.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much hype surrounding this game right now. I don't think that's going to be a problem. Now keeping the player base playing is a definite challenge, and one that I think that they're aware of, you know, especially in a game that requires, you know, territory control and node development and everything like that. Player base is a very large part of that type of system. So Bordy, in the final map, this portion of the map, and this is important to note because I think a lot of people will, you know, kind of just think about maybe, I guess there would be maybe some concern that this map isn't actually part of the finished product, but it is, and it turns out that this part of the map will be located in the top left corner of the actual map. So you can, I mean, alpha players are going to have a decent advantage of familiarizing themselves with all these nooks and crannies of this landmass, because this is actually going to be in the launch product of Ashes of Creation.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. And I think that's fine, man. That's a nice little perk for the people that bought in early. And it's only, you know, a very small portion of the finished product. So I think that's awesome, man. I hope they get in there and enjoy it. And I hope we learn a lot about the map too while they're in there.
Yes, sir. Hopefully we'll be in there. You know what I'm saying? All right, dude. Yeah, let's keep wishing. Okay. So one of the things, Bordy, that they didn't, you know, and I think people probably question is, you know, the nature of Ashes of Creation, the large map size. How are we going to get across this map in the alpha? So they did mention that they don't quite have ships done yet, Bordy, but they will be adding them during the alpha development process. But they did say that there will be water mounts available and land mounts available during the alpha.
Yeah, and I think there's also going to be portals that you can use during the alpha, like fast travel locations that they're obviously going to remove before release. But for testing purposes, they're going to have those in there so players can move back and forth and around easily to test.
Yes, and they did mention again that is not their intention to have that in the game at all. It'll just be to help the alpha players get around traverse. So they did mention that a lot of these islands, because of, you know, the nature of the design of having nautical combat and nautical mounts, there will be islands that will be pretty far apart, Bordy. So the space of swimming, they said it typically would not want to swim across this gap. It would take way too long. That's why they are adding teleportation between the islands. So
yeah, which is perfect. Whenever you add ships, you're going to want a big area between the islands, man. That way some fun stuff can happen out there on the high seas, dude.
Yeah, dude. Piracy, shenanigans, dude. I'm all about that. I know you are too. So it'll be a lot of fun. A lot of the guilds that we feature on our podcast, Ashes to Go, are like nautical pirate guilds. So I think a lot of people feel the same way we do about nautical combat and nautical travel.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Well, that about does it. We wanted to give you guys that briefing that happened in that development, kind of break it down in a video for you guys. So tell us what you guys think in the comments about the map size, you know, the alpha map size and the launch map size, and how big you would like to see it. And yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. We really appreciate it again over here at Studio Loot. If you guys don't mind hitting that subscription button, the notification bell for more Ashes of Creation content like this. And don't forget to go check out our website, Ashes Fans, where we got a new article up, Bordy, that basically summarizes everything you need to know about Ashes of Creation in a nice little document. And we'll be adding videos like this over there as well to kind of keep you guys up to date on any Ashes of Creation content. All right, Bordy.
Yes, sir.
Well, that does it for this video. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.